has been heading to some very, very uncertain directions. Only communist regime, communist leaders, they supposed to know, but even they don't know. Cabinet members, the chairman, the Xi Jinping's aides, probably the difficulties to understand what Xi Jinping has in his mind, because he's the only figure who decides everything. So the Japanese, the diplomats, Japanese politicians, kind of business people, they try to establish some relationship with the other side. But if you believe that you reached enough stage to trust each other, it doesn't mean you can get the your coming years of the safe activities, because only things are decided by Xi Jinping. Similar, Russia, everything decided by President Putin. United States, everything decided by Donald Trump. In case of Donald Trump, he is a leader of the entire world, except some Russia and China. The entire world, somewhat under the reign of Mr. Trump. We witnessed enough. He didn't stop Israel bombing Palestinians. Entire city destroyed, but he didn't stop it. That means he gave Israel kind of permission to do that. And what happened to Syria? What happened to Venezuela? So, world is now know if you if you don't come to Donald Trump, that means you have a big payment. So this is a very difficult situation to take the country. And if you are Prime Minister of Japan, this happened to be the Takaichi, Lady Takaichi, but any Prime Ministers, same trouble, same difficulties to cope with the situation. Situation means one clear the things to be very careful is movement of China. But if anything happen to Taiwan, Japanese have the strict rules that we don't act preemptive. We act according to the situation, defensive purposes only. And when we make the action, military action, they have to be together with Allied forces. If Allied forces are attacked, and that may influence Japanese national security, then Japan will join with Allied forces and act together. And how much Japan can do? Japan has a certain defense power, military power. So how much utilize, how much activate what we have, depend the situation. But that is a kind of the conditions. But if Trump doesn't do anything about he's going to lose interest of what's going on in this part of the world, because his interest is now focusing on American continent, American continent. It said Western Sphere. The Venezuela issue is a strong message to China, Russia. Don't touch this part of Japan, this part of the world. Western Hemisphere, American continent, under the reign of United States. Don't touch it. So that means he eventually left Eastern Hemisphere to Russia and China. Europe to Russia. And this area, Japan, Korean Peninsula, the Philippines, South Asia, to China. That's the implication. People read what Trump is saying in that way. And the couple months later, actually April, Trump and Xi Jinping meet together. This year, APEC and some other events. So Trump and Xi will meet 4 times this year. This is a great opportunity for G2. They start calling their existence global 2. 1, 2. So the 4 times enough to talk about how to spread the world. This is a great navigation. The Spain, the Portugal, they spread the entire earth into 2 divided areas. So that's why the most of Latin America and they speak Spanish. And then there are the some Asian countries, Portuguese influence, and the first foreigners, Westerners, reached Japan in 1543, brought the firearms, the Portuguese. So, but anyway, today is the 21st century. So, there's going to be a huge geopolitics going on. So, how Japanese Prime Minister, this Venezuela incident, Japanese government cannot cannot focus on the conventional the statement that no change by the force of power, but somewhat ambiguous expressions. So that is the only thing the Japan can do. But anyway, this year is a very significant year to change the course of the world, not only course of Asia, course of the world. So that's why we need to know not hating China, but we need to know what China actually is. Then we actually can do something to prepare as a nation. Not only leave things to diplomatic people, politicians, but the people need to understand what is China like. China is a huge country. The population of 1.4 billion, which is about 10 times more than the Japanese population. And area is near 10 million square kilometers, 26 times bigger than Japan. Actually, third largest country in the world after Russia and Canada. So this is a country we have to go together, if possible, in near future. So this Chinese population, 1.4 billion, which until recent year, world largest population. But now India surpassed China. India is still 1.4 billion, but somewhat larger than China. And China, they put the one-child policy for many decades. So population is now deformed. More and more people aging, but the less younger generation have to support them. This kind of similar to Japan. We have the baby boomers. It's now middle of 70s, and then they actually quickly aging, and the birth rate is quite getting low. So more and more people actually reach to that age, and less people support. This is a problem. Some Western countries share the same problem, but Africa, so Latin America, and Asian, there are numerous countries. There are still the many younger generations flourishing and support the country in future. So this period of 21st century, they are still being developed. Maybe not actually wealthy country or poor, but they are going to increase their powers, physical power, economic power. Quite obvious. So China, how to understand China is very, very difficult, because this is the China main places. This is Hong Kong, this is Canton, Fujian, and the Nanjing, and so this is Shanghai, and this is Beijing. So these places, China is a very vast area, but here these areas they occupied by Han Chinese. Han Chinese. This is the Han. Han Minzu people. This is the Han. This is a very much common word. This is the language. Hanyu. This is the so-called Chinese. So this is this area. Basically, the Han Chinese. This is Koreans, Japanese face quite actually similar. When we look at Europeans, German, Italian, Spanish, and the French, for our eyes, it's quite similar. So this is the kind of same thing happened. But China, 1.4 billion population, more than 90%, mostly concentrated here, Han people, but there are 56 minorities. So they live here more western part. So, and the language is all different. If you happen to be in Shanghai and live there for some longer years, and you master the Shanghai Chinese, then you go to different place, Canton, they're completely different. So this is just like when we go to Italy, Italian, or when you go to German, completely different. France, completely different. Spain, different. So and Sweden, different. So this is the kind of a situation. The different actually languages. Written language, the Hanzu, written is Zu, Hanzu. kanji in Japanese. This is the common, but speaking is completely different. And this is a China. Han people live here, and sometime middle of 1980s, Chinese still need investment and development, and not actually the enough foundation for foreign tourism. But sometime 1980s, they opened the countryside to tourism, and I happened to be the escorting one of Japanese group reach there, and that group could reach from Xi'an further toward west. Tongfang is a great place to witness thousands of the Buddhist the images carved on the cliff and the caves, and then Urumqi. So these Silk Road to be Silk Road open to the foreigners. So then the China became very much attractive destinations for the foreigners, and particularly the so-called Western country people, like United States and Europeans, say they are the many wealthy people who can enjoy frequent overseas travel, and when they come to the Asia, China, Thailand, or India, they are representing Orient, not Japan. So they are very, very popular, the tourist destinations. Actually, until around say 2004, not many people come to Japan. Only 5 million each year for decades. Each year, only 5 million reach to Japan. Here, the tens of millions of people visit here China and the Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, but Japan only 5 million. But all of a sudden, situation changed in the year 2004. Christmas Day, there was the earthquake. Magnitude more than 9. Stronger earthquake hit the Indonesia around here. So this is a part of Indian Ocean. So there are many Westerners. They enjoy each Christmas on the island actually holiday beach, and but because of tsunami, many deaths from this area, and this is a huge holiday the period, Christmas. So there are millions of people actually cancel the area because this is all the damaged areas. So but they still need to enjoy Christmas holiday. So they looked for somewhere safe place, and they found out Japan. Japan must be safe place. So many people flooded to Japan at that time. They normally say 5 million the visitors to Japan. They before they come, of course they study, they read some books, they have some interest. But these people are supposed to enjoy their holiday in Indian Ocean around, or some other Asian countries, or Thailand, or Philippines. They come to Japan without any knowledge. Because they didn't have a time to do that. We just simply look for a safe place to spend a safe Christmas holiday. And then afterward, things changed. There are some YouTube, some SNS, and any kind of media. They're full of their impression, report on Japan. There many people put down that we experienced great time in Japan. We couldn't believe this kind of country exists on this planet. So that is a huge surprise, huge impact to the other places, other part of the world, because tourists love talking each other, our experience, and where have you been, or you go to Nepal, you go to some South Africa, or whatever, Kenya, Madagascar, or even South Pole. But Japan wasn't on the topics until then. But all of a sudden, because they're surprised, their impression so great. If you prepare a year or two learning about Japan, and you come to Japan, of course you find many things, but rather quiet experience. But because without knowledge, just kill the time to come to the certain country, and they found out unbelievable things. How come we didn't know this country? Because China, Thailand, India representing Orient. You don't come to Orient often, or maybe some resort areas. But Japan considered kind of last country. If you visit many other places, then where to go next? Probably the last place in the list, bottom of the list. Oh, there is a country start from J, Japan. That is a kind of ordinary attitude. The 100 million the tourists in the world, but 5 million, only 5 million come to Japan. But this is a kind of kick-off to start Japanese tourism. But anyway, the China is very much attractive place for about many decades, and this China, the population 1.4 billion means 1.4 billion people speak language, Chinese language, which is divided in different places. And the China versus rest of the world, that supposed to be the Western countries, the US and European countries, and mostly the communicable each other with the ability of English. So English versus China is very interesting comparison. The 1.4 billion Chinese and English speaking people, about 4 billion. Not 4 billion. The 400,000, 400 million, sorry, 400 million. And this is native English, but English as a second language, 1.1 billion. So it comes to, this is the Chinese, this is the kind of English, 1.5 billion. About the same actually size of linguistic zone, linguistic numbers. So this is a kind of interesting difference. But English is English. Chinese is Chinese. But this is not correct. English, actually I experienced many different parts of the world. I spent 2 months hitchhiking in UK, Britain, and Ireland. And I see they're hitchhiking. So I talk with local people in different areas, and the people say the Britain is very interesting place. Every 20 miles, people speak different English kind of accent, maybe that kind of thing. So maybe many different expressions and accent, the dialect exist. And then when you go to I spend the Australia many different places, and the Cairns, the Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, they are English. And New Zealand, I hitchhike for a month. New Zealand, North Island, South Island, they speak English. And United States, of course, English, but the West Coast